Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Let Me Know podcast, the podcast where we make content specifically for our after-outro bits. My name is Jay.
I'm Vilnius.
I did not tell Vilnius I was going to make that joke, but it's true, we do.
It is technically true, yeah.
It is technically true. You will find out after this podcast how true that is.
Yeah, if you get bored of the podcast, at least make sure to skip to the end, listen to the outro, and what follows.
Yep, it's always a hoot. Vilnius, make sure it's a hoot.
Mm-hmm.
Vilnius, you make it very special, Vilnius. You make it very special for all of us.
Thank you.
For all 5 views we get on YouTube every week.
Episode 8 has been doing surprisingly well. I think it's due to the clout that comes with Toby's name, because it's already at like 15 views.
The clout that comes with Toby's name.
Yeah, man, 150 subs.
It had 8 views, Vilnius. We are sad.
It's at 15.
Mine says 13 now. Dude,
well,
episode 7 got 6 views. We're doing hot here, guys. Episode 1 has 98 views.
Doof listens to the podcast on Spotify.
Doof, I don't know if he's caught up.
No, Doof, come on, man.
Wait, I can't. Oh yeah, I can figure it out just by looking at the Anchor app. Doof, I know all. Oh no, it has 1 play. I'm assuming Doof listened to it.
Yeah, go Doof.
Go Doof. Yeah, it's pretty disappointing. I think Doof has listened to the last 3 episodes and has been the only one to listen to all of them. Because it may or may not be that episode 6, 7, and 8 only have a singular listen on Spotify each.
Ooh.
So I think we may know who that is, unless it's somebody else and we just don't know yet.
Perhaps. I would still just assume it's Doof. I'm not very optimistic.
Maybe that's true.
But so getting into this episode, we have a very special, kind of different episode. But today, the recording of today, Alestorm released their new album, The Curse of the Crystal Coconut, and we're gonna be delving into that song by song. Then at the end, give our thoughts on the album as a whole.
Yeah, and as of today, it came out today, actually. Yeah, we're recording it day 1.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're listening to this, it came out last Friday, so the 29th.
Yeah.
We missed an episode. We didn't record an episode last week because it was my birthday, so I expect every person to say happy birthday in the comments and drop 17 likes. No, but I said 17. I am 17, but oh man, I'm so young, bull. That's sad.
It doesn't look like we missed a week though to them, because episode 8 came out last Wednesday.
Yeah, we usually stockpile an episode. We've had actually this weekend we're gonna record 2, right, Vilnius?
Yeah. This one, and then hopefully we'll be recording the Doof cast.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know if you know what that means, but
what's the Doof cast? And we're like, well, you don't know yet. You can't know yet. It's not allowed.
If you've been following along intensely, though, you'll probably understand.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Doof will understand.
Hey.
Right?
Okay.
I hope he does. I hope he's not like, what does that mean? Given that we would be recording tomorrow, I hope he doesn't listen to this on Wednesday or Thursday and go, wait, what? Wait a second. I didn't sign up for that. Wait.
Yeah, let's get into the main topic, though.
So Crystal Coconut came out midnight, actually. I got a notification on my phone that was like, Alestorm has updated their album, because I pre-downloaded it on Apple Music 2 months ago when they announced it, or more than 2 months now. And they were like, you updated the music, and I was like, whoa. I was pretty excited. So yes,
we've both been quite excited for this. Oh
yes.
You definitely more so than me, but I've
Yeah,
definitely been
probably.
highly anticipating it as well.
Yeah, so for anybody who doesn't know what Ailstorm is, um, good.
Aw.
No, I'm just kidding. But I love Ailstorm. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. Uh, Even though there's only like three of them, really, because there's not much all time for me in the first place. But
Yeah.
they're a folk metal band or a pirate metal band, whichever you prefer. Pirate metal is usually how they go, but they're conceptualized as folk metal, and they are just kind of like a really fun band that we both really love. Or
Mm-hmm.
so I always look forward to new music by them, and they release an album every 3 years. So going into this year, when they said it's coming out early summer, I was like excited from January on.
All of their albums are such a good time, at least that I've heard. They certainly prioritize fun.
Yeah, and they've evolved a lot. There's like a token song on each album. Like I can like guarantee, if they do a
Mm-hmm.
lot of like metal epics, like long stuff like that. They have like at least one or two on every album. And actually, we're gonna get through all those types of songs today.
Yeah. Shall we start it off?
Yeah, you want to start it off? Tell us about the first
So
song.
the first song that we have, or the first song on the album is Treasure Chest Party Quest, which is a song that they released a few months beforehand, and we've actually talked about on the podcast before, even.
Yeah, we have twice, actually, like
Yeah,
multiple
and
times.
both of us are really into it, though. We both think it's a great song.
Oh my god, yeah.
We think it's a great evolution of the band, and just a ton of fun.
Yeah, it's like a very, like a hard rock song, obviously. It's got great lyrics. And like, just in general, like as a first song to release from the album, it was totally like when that came out, I was hype. And I bet you a lot of other Ailstorm fans were hype. It's not too token. It's not so like bread and butter Ailstorm, but
Mhm.
they've innovated on that song a little bit, and it just turned out so well.
Yeah, it was a perfect pick.
Yeah, and they've got a fantastic video for the song. They
Yeah,
reference.
so
Oh yeah, go on.
no, you go.
No, you go, Vilnius.
No, I don't really have
No,
much to
you
say.
go, Vilnius.
No, I refuse. You
No,
go.
you go.
I legitimately, Jay, do
I
not
know.
want to speak.
I'm just messing with you. All right. So one of my favorite lines, in the song, they reference I-95, and I texted Vilnius after I heard that. I went, "Hey, Vilnius, is that an Easter egg for tours on I-95? Because I'm there, dude." I don't know yet, man. We're hoping they can come by the states again. It's been when were they last year? 2018, I think, summer 2018.
hmm
So one of my favorite parts of the video, they hop in a car. Well, the exact quote I will give from the song lyrics is, "In my Lamborghini, flintlock by my side," and then there's a guitar riff, and then they say, "Stealing loads of treasure down I-95." And that, my friend, was a fantastic lyric until the video, which was hilarious because they were in a car green screened on San Francisco. And if anybody knows, I-95 is like, I'd say it's one of the most token highways, like Route 66, I-95, right? Like the I-95 corridor. Maybe it's just because we're from the I-95 corridor, but
hmm
when you say I-95 corridor, I mean, come on, it's probably a little, there are some notable corridors. If I want to go on a tangent really quickly, like New York, Washington, Baltimore, Boston, Philly, and then all the cities in Florida, that's all that. Um,
Yeah.
just for perspective, if you didn't know, that's the best corridor. Better than Vilnius. You want to offend some people from the Midwest? Better than the I-65 corridor because that goes through Louisville and St. Louis and
I don't even know what Louisville is.
Des Moines. What? You don't know where Louisville, Kentucky is?
I had never heard of that until now.
Guys, Vilnius's birthday is on June 20th. Can we all just buy him a map of Louisville, Kentucky, and just send it? Just right on the package I-95 Carter, and they'll find us. I just stole somebody's bit. Whose bit was that? Oh my god, I feel bad now. I stole Drew Gooden's bit. Forget it.
We don't give credit to people on this podcast.
Yeah. Just write I-95 Carter on it, and they'll find us eventually.
Yeah, I have like probably the least amount of knowledge about Kentucky of any American.
Kentucky. I love how it's like, all those Americans have that really in-depth knowledge of Kentucky, and then there's just Vilnius. Vilnius, come on, what are you doing, dude? You don't know about Kentucky? What's wrong with you?
Okay. That was terrible. Okay, as we're talking about the music video, so my favorite part of the music video is initially the song starts out about this little guy coming to life, and the video covers that in and of itself. It's really, I would say it's the closest to actually following the song of any bits of the video.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so Christopher Bowes, the lead singer, gives birth to himself while being watched by his husband, who is also himself. And then his wife, who gave birth to himself, gets mad and then abandons him and their baby, who is him.
And mind you, the wife is also himself, so we're really just...
Yeah. It's quite funny. And then the baby and him sing the song throughout the whole video. And, it's like there are 3 portions in the video. There's him in the hospital holding his baby. There's the band driving with their car. And then there's just the band partying.
In San Francisco.
Yeah.
But also on I-95 at the... Vilnius is San Francisco on the East Coast? Oh, no. Okay. Anyway, that wasn't funny.
Brugtac.
I still forgot. What does that mean again?
The 21st century man's bruh.
That means nothing to me, Vilnius.
Okay, so you know what bruh means, right?
Yes.
Brud's an old word. No one says bruh anymore. Everyone's saying brugtac now.
What does that mean? What is the tack part?
It just means bruh.
Brugtac.
Yeah, man. Everyone's saying it.
This is disappointing, Vilnius.
Okay, next song.
All right, next song. Yes, we have spent some time on this.
The next song is the second or third, I forget, single that they released.
There's the third one, yeah.
The third one? Okay.
Yeah.
Fanny Boss.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a bit less of a deviation from the normal Alestorm path, and it tells the tale of Fanny Boss, the greatest pirate who ever lived.
And he killed the terror squid.
He killed the terror squid, indeed.
Which is a callback, I'm assuming, to the song Death Throws the Terror Squid from their 2014 album.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In which the squid is Death Throws.
Yeah. I have not actually heard that song, but...
He has heard that song. He's listened to the entire album, but he keeps forgetting.
Oh, yeah. Brugtac. Okay, well, I don't...
Brugtac.
Anyhow, it's a good song. Definitely more of a return to form of their earlier albums, but still quite fun.
Very bread and butter. But I'd say the chorus is good. I'd say it's a decent chorus. There's that like interlude-y part where he talks about smell your mom, which is very confusing but very funny at the same time.
It's a good line. I don't know if it's an interlude though, Jay. I think it's just a line.
Yeah, no, it's not no, I mean, those parts of the song where it changes, it deviates from like the build up and the chorus, and it just turns into like, it's like the C verse or whatever.
Sure. I don't know if that's an interlude really, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. But yeah, that line, that's great. That's the thing about Alestorm is they've got so many just like so out there lines.
Very quippy.
Yeah. Very fun.
Like the toothbrush.
Oh, exactly.
Brugtac.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Alright.
moving on is Chomp Chomp, which is one of my favorites off the album, probably, I would say.
Very solid song, yeah.
It is infectiously fun. I just cannot help but smile listening to it. It's about alligators. There's an alligator in your refrigerator.
Yep, that was exactly what I was about to say. That is a fantastic line. Thank you, Christopher Bowes, for your beautiful writing.
Oh god, it's so much fun.
It's a really, really good song. 100%. I think this is like that upbeat kind of song I'm always looking for. I like a lot of the upbeat, like really just heavy guitar kind of songs, and it's got a fantastic guitar riff.
Yeah, the riff
for
is
sure.
Mm-hmm.
And also it mentions Mexico.
Oh, that's
Good
what I was
song.
about to say.
Yeah.
The best part of it, man.
Yeah.
If you're
Yo ho,
unaware
Mexico.
of why this is so important, is their classic song, the classic Alestorm song, Mexico, which
The
is
classic 2017 hit.
it's one of my favorites, at least. I don't know
it's a great song. It's like
Go,
every
Mexico,
album
far to the south with something.
where the cactus grow, tequila and a donkey show. Here's the thing: is every album has the metal epic, and it has the slow song, and it has the deviation song, and obviously Chomp Chomp isn't the deviation song. Actually, the next song we'll talk about is. But Mexico is definitely one of the deviation songs on the last album. And like the album before, they did a cover of Tayo Cruz's Hangover, which by the way was a fantastic cover, and like I really, really enjoyed listening to it. You know, when I first came across it, so
Indeed. Now speaking of that said deviation song, we'll now be moving on to Tortuga, which is my least favorite song off the album.
And for me, it was not exactly one of my favorites when it came out. And actually, I watched an interview with Christopher Bowes like yesterday, and he was talking about how he was hoping to be a little bit more experimental, and that may be the way he wants to take the band. But at the end of the day, like they want the fans to be happy. So he was hoping that slowly this would grow, and by releasing it as the second single off the album, that would help. And it helped for me. Like, I think releasing it early and letting it grow on me was a good idea, you know, because I've listened to it a little bit, like, on and off. And, I mean, honestly, I think it's a good work, and I think I would be fine if they made some more songs going in that direction for sure.
While I'm a fan of experimentation, I don't think it really worked out too well on this song. I'm not a fan of the synth. I think it gets fairly annoying by the end of it.
Yeah, the synth in the chorus does get bothersome.
Yeah. It's featuring what's his name? Captain Yarface.
Captain Yarface from
who does
Brahma Boy.
like a gangster rap bit in the middle of it.
Dude, it was
pirates.
I thought that was fantastic.
I normally I'm a fan of Hollywood Undead, and this song is very much kind of in that style of like incredibly cheesy. I should clarify why I like Hollywood Undead. It is because they're so incredibly cheesy. And the rapping is very much in that style. And then after that, it kind of hits with a much cleaner, Jay compared it to like kind of boy band style vocals.
Yeah, and that was very strange to listen to, like at the end.
It's also very Hollywood Undead too. But like, it's just...
Yeah, for sure.
While, you know, obviously there's a lot of kind of corniness within Alestorm, being that they are a pirate metal band. It's not kind of what I want from them, because they're corny in concept, not corny in execution, unlike Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that draws a comparison. So I was telling Vilnius earlier, the one Hollywood Undead song I've listened to is "Lump Your Head," which I think is a fantastic song.
Yeah, that song is probably like their most unironically good song.
Yeah, but I think Tortuga really draws a lot of parallels They're especially what you're saying with that Captain Yarface, by the way. Big chonky boy. Love him. In the video, he's just a big chonky boy, and he has a treasure gun, and he likes eating steak, and it's hilarious.
And he pisses on a British person.
He does. I forgot about that part. It's fantastic. There's a video that Rumahoy made where he pisses on something. And it's great. He loves to just piss everywhere.
Oh.
That'd be Captain Yarface. But yeah, I think definitely like those light vocals of Lump Your Head, really they come across with the end. Obviously, I'd say, would you say Hollywood Undead is a bit more punk rock?
No.
No, what do you think they are then?
They're new metal.
New metal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I think doesn't at all draw a parallel is the whole folk metal thing. I think the rapping, like you said, is very reminiscent
It's
of Hollywood
mostly
Undead.
the vocals that I would compare to them, because like the instruments are far more traditional within Alestorm.
Oh yeah, and then they use completely different instruments, obviously, as folk metal goes. Like, you remember we saw, like we've talked about before, we saw the Everymen. They used a full-size stand bass,
Yeah.
um,
That was such a good show.
which was incredible to see on stage, by the way.
Yeah.
Incredible to see the guy with a stand bass playing like folk metal on stage.
That was so much
Um,
fun. Folk punk is actually what they were playing.
Folk punk, sorry, my bad. Yeah. But I think the two of them, I mean, like, Everyman had definitely, like, that folk, you can feel the folk parallel between the two bands for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I want to say I am a fan of the experimentation, and I think it would be cool if they did more of that, but maybe not in this way specifically.
I'd love to see if they had like an EP come out where they did some Tortuga-esque, you know, you know, either new metal or like folk punk style music. And I think that would be really cool. Um, I really, really, now that I think about it, like that song. It's just that it's strange. If that song had come from anywhere else, it would make a little bit more sense, but still.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think
Now,
overall, I would give it a high score.
it's not like offensive to the ears.
No, not at all. It's just that I think it's a bit of a type of thing where people want just this specific, like, cut and dry, gimme Alestorm, or, that can go for any band. I think this is a little bit of that deviation that, I mean, dude, when I heard them singing a Tayo Cruz song, I was like, when I saw the name Hangover, I was like, I know of a song named Hangover, but there's no way they did that. I play it, I'm like, oh my god, this is fantastic. You know?
Yeah, yeah, that song is good.
Yeah, you've heard the cover, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so kind of like that. I think that's solid.
Yeah, yeah. And moving on from that,
Yep.
the next song is Zombies Ate My Pirate Ship, which, seeing that name on the track listing was the song I was the most excited for because it sounded like so
Yeah.
much fun. And it's a pretty great song.
Yeah. But the thing is, I feel like it doesn't get great until like the latter half.
Yeah, the second
And
half is by far the best part, which I feel like, the first half is kind of a part of that in a way. Because here, it starts off. It's very traditional Ailstorm, and then
and it leads in. It kind of segues in, which is great, and
Mhm.
it's like a very good. You've got the pianist Elliot Vernon. He does like this. I guess it's screamo. I'm not really sure. I mean, that's not really accurate. He does a scream vocals. I don't really know how to say it, but that's always great. And something about this song, though it doesn't exactly fit, the name of a metal epic, like a kind of like one of those like large storytelling songs, like uh what was it, Death Throws the Terror Squid or whatever, or Captain Morgan's Revenge. Actually, no, that's not one, but sorry, 1741 Battle of Cartagena. That's a good example. I think in like the 5.5 or 5 minutes and 45 seconds, I think it feels like a metal epic, 100%.
The big switch in between like the first half and the second half of the song is they bring this new vocalist. She's a female vocalist, which is the first time I've heard a female vocalist on any Alestorm song. I don't know if they've done it before.
For sure.
She's really good. It
Very
is.
good.
It fits surprisingly well into the flow of the song. I think she adds like perfectly to it, and then immediately she starts, and the fun just ramps up like exponentially throughout all of it. And while Jay, you seem a bit more down on the first half, I did quite like it. I think Christopher Bow especially did a great job of selling like the epicness of it with his vocals. Although I don't know if this one would be really like a metal epic type song, but
I just something about the progression and the fact that they went like so in on like the female vocals and then did this explosion at the end. Just the whole thing felt like a build up and then, just this like calm and then like an apex. And that's why I feel like it just had that sense of a metal epic, just because of just the, how it kind of rolled out in front of me.
Yeah. I get where you're coming from.
It felt good to listen to, just overall.
100%.
100%. I can't get upset at Bread and Butter Alestorm because I like Alestorm a lot, obviously, and as for a second there I was like, okay, so it's a decent song, but it's not like anything further. They didn't innovate on it, which is 100% fine because I'm gonna enjoy it either way. But just what they did at the end was just stand out and really good.
100%. And now we'll be moving on to our next song, which is
song number 6.
The next song on the album, Call of the Waves.
Call of the Waves. All right, so I think with Call of the Waves, this marks, number 6 is Call of the Waves and number 7. These two are like really, really solid song that I really enjoyed. And Call of the Waves starts out in a very folky way, a little bit less metal, with this with a melody led by strings, by fiddle or whatever, violin, whatever variation of a string instrument, because I'm not educated enough to know. But it just the way that they did the instrumental was fantastic. They used a hurdy-gurdy near the end, which I know from playing Sea of Thieves. And actually, the interview I watched yesterday with Christopher Bow, they have a person who plays the hurdy-gurdy, which is basically a guitar, where you use the neck to change the note, but instead of like strumming, you wind like a lever on the bottom of the instrument, which is pretty cool. And the chorus is fantastic, and the lyrics are great. I mean, that's really all I have to say about it.
Yeah, I was also pretty into this song, but I think you've pretty much covered everything. This song, it doesn't really do much to deviate, but it certainly impresses.
I'd say this is one of those catchy, fast party songs, in a sense.
Yeah, it doesn't disappoint.
No, not at all. You want to move on to the next song then?
Yep. So the next one on the list is Pirate Scorn, which was another one of my favorites. Really into this one. The song is incredibly fun, and it's probably the catchiest off of the album, in my opinion. It's a great earworm song. It kind of reminds me in a way of like a campfire song, something that's like meant to be chanted with friends, which a lot of Alestorm is, right? It's pirate metal, like, and pirates are obviously a group of people
in a pack.
Yeah, but I think this one just really sells that mood of just like a gang together, having fun, all together singing.
Yeah, for sure. And just the use of the accordion and
Oh
also the
yeah.
group singing. It's really, really good. And it's very folky. And it ends with this fantastic little riff on the recorder, which I thought was very funny.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was awesome too.
Yeah, for sure.
I see here on you have this notes document I'm looking at where you have
I
a
do.
one of your notes is Beyblade's Let 'em Rip. What is that about?
Oh, yes. The reason that I said that is because at one point, Christopher Bow sings Let 'em Rip, and then something happens, but I don't remember. Uh,
Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip. Let's fight
Rip.
the epic battle. Face off and spin the metal.
Oh, spin the
Ah,
metal. God, that's terrible lyrics.
I
That's
think that's
disappointing.
fine. I might be wrong.
Alright, you want to move on to the next song, my friend?
Yes, yes. Following
Alright.
that comes Shitboat, No Fan.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And there's a little story that I'm going to relay from Christopher Bowes himself on this interview that I watched. Gave a lot of good insight into a lot of the songs on this album in like 26 minute interview. Um, he was saying that he was very angry at another band, so he wrote this song in like 10 minutes or something like that, or in a short time. Gave it off to the band, and they were like, "I'm pretty sure we'll get in trouble if we perform this. This is very offensive." And so he went back. They rewrote the lyrics, and then now this is what they're performing, and it is hilarious.
Yeah,
You know?
it's a lot of fun. It's the shortest song off the album. It's only
Yeah,
about
it's
a
like a
minute
minute and
long.
some.
And it's kind of like a diss track on this other pirate group's boat.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
It's fantastic. I mean, this is one of those that's a little bit indescribable. You just got to listen to it and bask in the glory of whatever the hell's going on.
Yeah. It's
I mean,
just
that's really
so much fast-paced fun. Just like Alestorm at its purest.
yeah, just like this absolute just random like hilarious hatred of something. It really sums up a lot of some of the band and it's really enjoyable to listen to and it's a fun little break in you know, it kind of rounds out a trifecta of three good songs in a row, and then moves on to some more great ones. So, yeah,
Yeah.
yep. God,
Okay,
that got me.
following that, we got the Pirate Metal Drinking Crew.
Yeah, and I'm gonna start off by saying this is a very bog standard song. This is like very basic Ailstorm. It
Yeah.
doesn't deviate from their usual kind of
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
The chorus is kind of funny, and they say "woo" and then they clap during the instrumentals. But it's fine, you know.
Yeah, the clapping was great. That was a ton of fun. The lyrics are also very very funny, but they kind of do follow, just like you said about the whole song in and of itself. They're kind of the same, like party, drink, take your beer, that type of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they've done that with songs like
Drink.
"Drink," which is actually I think their most popular song ever, honestly. Based on the fact it's like number one when you search up Ailstorm anywhere. So I think it is still a good song, and I have no problem with it. It's just that it's not like you know, it's not anything innovative, which is crazy because they have innovated so much on this album. They've changed up so many things, and they've introduced lots of different, you know, this and that, and it's fantastic.
Hmm. I assume that's kind of probably why it's here in the first place, just to appease those who dislike change.
Perhaps yes, that I could see that happening. Um, but I think it's a good song nevertheless. All right, you want to move on to like the heavy hitter here?
Yeah. This one.
Wooden Leg, Part 2, The Woodening.
Great name.
So for all of you that don't know, because I'm assuming nobody knows, um, Wooden Leg is a song from the 2014 album that I've just forgotten the name of, Sunset on the Golden Age. And it is about Spaniards chopping off his legs and having to get wooden legs, and then some Japanese person chopping off his arms and him having to get wooden arms. And this song is like complete, just fantastic. It This is the metal epic of this
Mm-hmm.
album, and it is amazing. So like it opens up with like these waves and footsteps through the waves, really reminded me of the end of Treasure Island. Um, it has a lot of motifs of waves. Can't say Treasure Island is my favorite metal epic they've made. It's kind of meh. Last album was fine. I think Sunset on the Golden Age and why can I not remember the name of the other one? Back Through Time were very, very good, and last album was fine. This one is up there for sure. Um, and then it starts off with this explosion that's very reminiscent of Star Wars for me. When I heard it, I was like, is that like the what's it called?
Emperor's March.
Emperor's March. Yes, exactly. It started with a very similar riff to that, and then immediately opened up into this awesome just change to the original riff, the original guitar riff, and all that stuff. And they used all these future synths and dude, it was amazing. I thought it was so good.
It was fantastic. I think.
Um, Christopher Bow said he's been writing that song since 2014, but he could not get it done in time for No Grave But the Sea in 2017. So it popped up on this one. But this song, I was most excited for this song off of any of the songs on the album based on the title. Just because I think Wooden Leg is one of those really hype like metal, just like a hyper metal song, and it's just so fun to listen to. Um, and yeah, you got any comments on it?
Yeah. Something that I thought was cool about it, as you talked about in the last song, or in the wooden legs part one, uh, with the Japanese and Spaniards cutting off the main character's leg. That motif continues through, and there's about 2 minutes in the song where it's in Japanese and in Spanish, and then finally the song hits with the ending, as you said, with the original guitar riff, while the guy sings about how now he's gone through wooden legs, wooden arms, and now he's onto wooden head.
Yes, he's gotten his
And
head
it's
chopped off, and it's incredible. The whole story is about how he basically goes to Japan, cuts off the guy's arms, and puts them in place of his wooden arms. Then he goes to Spain, cuts off the same guy, the people that cut off his hands and his arms and his legs. He goes to Spain, chops off the guy's legs, and replaces his wooden legs with those. But then feels like cursed. So then he puts his wooden limbs back on and then gets his head chopped off. So now he has a wooden head, and it's
yeah,
fantastic.
it's awesome. That song
Uh,
is so good. And then it ends, it returns back to the beginning with the waves and the footsteps.
yeah, it's great for sure.
And while this song really felt to me like it would have been the closer for the album,
It should have been. I
it's
think it should have been as well.
yeah. But it still goes on to one more, which is the
It
final
does.
song, Henry Martin, which is a bit slower than the rest of the songs on the album. And it's a good song, but I just feel like its placement as the final song, it doesn't really leave as much of an impression.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't leave as much of an impression as the Woodening. And honestly, like, it was the folky, slow song of the album, which is on most of them. Like, and I really liked the one from the last album, Bar and Imbus. I thought it was fantastic. Um, or at least in my opinion, it's Bar and Imbus. But I think these songs are a little bit hit or miss for me. Um, like I feel like I feel like on Back Through Time, like Scraping the Barrel was kind of just a mess song. And I think they can make good stuff. It's not always what I want from Alestorm.
I don't really have much else to say about the song. It was fine, but it was really just that.
Yeah. Yeah, what are our ratings for the album?
I guess I'll go first. As a whole package, I thought it was incredibly fun. I don't think I was bored with it at any point. And while there were, certain songs that hit more than others, overall, I still had a great time with it. And
Yeah.
I'd probably say I guess I'd probably give it let's say 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I am going to rank it below Back Through Time. Because I think Back Through Time is one of the best albums they've ever made. I'm gonna rank it above No Grave But the Sea because that album is fine. They've got some bangers and classic and like hits on there. And I'm having a hard time deciding whether Sunset on the Golden Age is better than this one. I think they're at least top for sure. And I'll have to get these songs in my regular listening ring, and I'll be able to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy the project is good. I am very, very pleased.
Yeah, I think they did not let us down with the album. So with the thing. So I mean, I guess that's all we got to say about the album, and I'm impressed.
Yeah,
no, I am very, very impressed.
It's something I will definitely be returning to. And
yes.
I'm excited for what's to come.
Well, what's to come in 3 years, maybe?
Yeah.
It may be a bit
I'm
messy.
happy with the way they've evolved their sound, but still retained what made them good in the first place. As long as it's not consistently Tortuga style, I'm fine with more experimentation in general.
Yeah, and I'm fine with whatever. I think there's lots of great things to come.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you.
I hope you've
did
enjoyed
listen.
this discussion of the Curse of the Crystal Coconut.
And if you're my parents, you have not listened to this episode because you do not like Alestorm and you refuse to try it out.
No.
I'm calling you out. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that should do it.
Bye.
Oh, just so you guys know, just preceding the recording of this podcast, Vilnius and I listened to the entire album for the first time together, synced, but on 2 different devices because we're bad. And it was really a fantastic experience, and I feel like Vilnius and I have grown closer in spirit. And yes,
we're basically the same person now.
We are the same person. Don't forget Vilnius, the Indian.
Known for my brown skin.
What was that?
It was a very terrible rendition of Treasure Chest Party Quest. The doo 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 doo.
What are you?
Kind
I
of.
have no. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's like the. Here, let me.
I crawled from the room with a drinking horn. I held it to the sky in my tiny metal hand. Got real drunk before I could stand.
My
I
rendition
can't
was
sing.
kind of like it, I guess.
I can't sing. Oh yeah, Vilnius, you do the musical rendition. I'll sing. All right.
Okay. I don't remember how it goes beyond like
Oh,
it
wait.
starts with a much heavier version of the doo 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 doo. You ready?
What'd you
Ready?
say?
Do 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 do. Wait, you gotta go.
You sound like you're singing like some Disney Channel song, something like
Look,
bright and happy.
look. I can't make guitar noises with my mouth. Be happy with my
500
rendition.
years ago, when I was born.
Do 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 do.
I crawled from the womb with a drinking horn.
Do 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 do.
I held it to the sky in my tiny metal hand.
Do 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 do.
I got real drunk before I could stand.
Okay.
And ever since that day, I followed the code, stealing all your treasure and living on the road. I've come to your city with nothing more to say. Let's drink and party the Alestorm way. We're only here to have fun, get drunk. I can't sing with that
Make
raspy
lots of
thing, dude.
money.
And make lots of money, cause nothing else matters to me. That's a great song, dude.